The Black Country Dance Hub is based at Walsall Arena and Arts Centre, and we have been working together with the venue for 10 years now, programming professional dance. We have been really fortunate to get the support of Arts Council England, who have financially supported our programme. Every show we have also has an education outreach element, enabling young people who normally wouldn't never access a theatre are getting lots of opportunities to work with professional artists and to see live theatre.
We've collected evaluations through a different variety of methods. Two of those are interviews during the actual professional performances, to camera, but also we've been working with the schools directly where the teacher facilitates those classroom discussions with the dancers before the workshop, during their workshop and afterwards as well. So we're really kind of painting a picture of their full journey, not just about the programming, but actually how they feel potentially about performing themselves. And that's certainly true when we have curtain raisers.
I think it's a great opportunity to perform in front of a diverse audience because it's different to when we put on our own shows and we just have like similar age range of students or family members which are around about the same age as well. So it's nice to have a wider range of like the public here and high school students to see the opportunities that Motion House has provided for us.
Dancing with a diverse and local company has boosted my confidence in performing on a stage.
It's helped me get out of my comfort zone a lot because it's a different style of dance than I would normally do.
I think dance is a main thing because I feel like though it helps people carve into their own paths and it helps me a lot on a daily when I feel stressed, and I feel like nowadays people need representation of people of themselves and older, and just to know that they have someone to relate to.
It is important to see professional people, especially for a young person, to resonate with, so you feel more connected to the art that you're going to be studying. And then even if it's for like a younger person, you need to see someone that's like you, so you feel a little less alone, and it can also help build on a young person's passion.
I think it's important to see professional role models on stage because it gives you a sense of hope that that could be you in a few years' time if that's what you want to do in the future.
Seeing dancers that I identify with on stage is quite inspirational and optimistic because it makes me believe that I can progress and like get there, because it's hard to believe sometimes, but then when you see other people on there, it's just kind of a role model for me.
It's very important to represent different diversity of dancers on stage, especially in a professional setting, because it also means that for children and young people, they leave feeling inspired, included. It also feels like a place called home as well. It's something you can take home and you can explore with your imagination. And growing up, this is something I haven't personally experienced as a young child. So to be here as an adult as well just take me back to my younger days.
At our school we have a minority of boys doing dance, and today I've brought 17 students with me, one of them being a boy. It's really important in a school where we've got 3 female dance teachers that we show him dancers that are men, and it's really important that we've got plans in place to have male artists come into our school as well. It doesn't matter whether it's gender or race or anything else. It's important that you show them professionals in the industry, whether it's bringing them into school or whether it's going to watch something, going to watch a performance. It's absolutely really important. It's what they aspire to, and if they don't recognise themselves in professional dancers, then how can they aspire to it?
When I was a little boy, when I could see people who looked like me or who I felt I could identify with, I was always like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's inspiring. So I think that's important.
Well, I think it's important to see professional role models on the stage because it motivates them. It gives them that boost to say, I want to do this. You know, I really enjoy that, or I feel I can do it now. So it does, like my colleague says, motivate them, give them confidence, and they always want to be there and they look up to that person. So it gives them that, you know, this is what I want to do one day, and it does make a difference, a big difference.
My name is Manya and I'm Creative Programme Manager at Dada in Derby, and I came here today because I was really excited to see what Me had created and find out what the whole project had been and see it at its premiere. Supporting local, diverse, emerging companies like Emmy has huge impact. It has impact on programmers because it's so important for us to see the work that's been created and made in our regions and what's coming out, and see that fresh emerging talent and be able to have an understanding and a journey through those dancers and what they've created. But it has a huge impact on the young people that have worked with the company, because you could feel today in the audience the sort of visible gasp as people recognised who'd worked with them in schools and they saw them on the stage creating this incredible work and of such high quality. That starts to have an impact. It's so important for children and young people to see people on the stage and think, that could be me.
I think it's really important to support local work, and particularly because I have 2 children, and so I take them to see as much as possible so they see themselves sometimes reflected in the work, and I think that that's really important.
Supporting local companies like Emmy really does have an impact on me and my family because they're involved in some of the shows. It's nice to bring others to come watch the shows, and keeping it local means that some of the others might be able to get involved as well.
So supporting local work is really important for someone like me who trained locally and they worked locally in the arts. I think that's really important that we support local work and encourage it, and then also being a teacher now, bringing my students to see that work, I feel is important, that they need that inspiration and that pathway into performing arts, and to see that there is somewhere for them and something for them in the future.
Supporting local, diverse, emerging companies like ME affects me in the sense that I am able to take my own practice and also share it with the younger children that I teach in hopes of inspiring them in a pathway towards performing arts, as well as some of my other fellow artists, in a way that we can build an environment and a culture and ethos that helps promote that diversity and individuality.
Having just watched the piece, it was really fresh. I haven't seen contemporary dance for a number of years now, so I came with a real fresh outlook to everything, and I felt moved, I felt challenged, I felt empathy at times as being a woman, and I reflected on society as a whole. The world's constantly changing and evolving, and there were moments that were really touching and beautiful, and other moments that were quite difficult to watch, where you recognise society or you recognise yourself in some of those moments. But I thought it was a really real piece and thought-provoking. It will stay with me for a while.
And people can relate as well to, like you saw in the beginning of that piece, like you were saying, that frustration, that energy. Everybody has that. Everybody has that stress of life, like the cost of living, for instance, that we're talking about. You know, everybody has that same depression moment, that same, gosh, I just want to kind of run or scream. So yeah, we connect in so many different ways, but we're just unaware of it.
So the starting point for this show was we wanted to make, this is our first children's show. The company's always made shows that are for everybody. So we don't say, oh, no children allowed. We make work that is designed for absolutely anybody to watch. But we wanted to make a show that was specifically designed for children and family audiences. And we were commissioned to make it actually back in 2019, and we were originally performing it in early 2020 when COVID started. And the kind of idea behind it came simply from the idea of play. You'll realise that the show starts with all the playing with the boxes, and the thing that Kevin wanted to start with was the fact that we all play as little children. Some of us carry on playing our whole lives, and that was the starting point for the show.
I think it's really good because any theatre widens the imagination of the kids, but the dance is something completely different, and for that sort of calibre of dancing you've got to go to the West End and pay hundreds of pounds, which a lot of families can't do at the moment. So to be able to come to somewhere like this locally for an affordable price is good for the kids.
What was your favourite part of the dance?
The man with the glasses, with the moustache.
Did you like him?
Yeah.
Was he funny?
Yeah. Because I wanted to go to this dance place with my cousins because I love doing dance.
And we really wanted to see motion here, didn't we? Because we've heard lots of good things about it. So it's great for families to access, seeing lots of different dance pieces and arts pieces locally in the West Midlands. When I was younger, we didn't get to do that really. We had to travel further afield. So it's really nice that we can bring the younger ones somewhere local and just bring them all together to watch the arts, because it's really cool.
Well, today we came because it was actually a Christmas present of our daughter. She wanted something different and something that we would enjoy as a family.
Well, I think it's really important because it's probably something that we wouldn't experience because we wouldn't probably book a trip to London or something like that to see it. So the fact that it's on our doorstep, it's brilliant, and it was a present as well. So we've been able to come as a family, but it's been absolutely brilliant. The show was fantastic, and we'd love to come to some more actually.
Yeah, because it's nice to be able to have somewhere local that includes everyone.
That's right, yeah.
Because I'm not very good mobility-wise, and this was just perfect.
And there was lots of different types of people there, you know, different families, and when you look back, everybody enjoyed themselves, so that's really good, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic show.
Today has been such a joy, and it's so nice to be with each other as a community. So I'm so excited to be able to perform what we have been rehearsing for so long, and just maybe there's a little bit of nerves, but it will all go as soon as we're dancing.
It's important to practice after Arboretum because there could be a lot of changes from when we've been doing it at our school, and also we're getting used to formations that we have to do during the performance.
It's really good to do inclusive parades because it's embracing the differences, and for me personally I get to learn about different things and different people, and doing it all through dance makes it even better.
I'm here today because we're local, we live in Warsaw. We're always looking for community and family events to bring. I've got 4 young daughters, so we're always looking for things to bring them to. And especially when they're in the Arboretum, which we treat sort of like our back garden, because we only live over the road. Yeah, anything we see advertised, we always bring the kids to and share it on social media and try and encourage others to come. I think it's really important that people take advantage of what's on our doorstep and all the effort that goes into putting events like this on. So it's really important that we come down and support it. Warsaw's a very diverse place, so it's really important, especially with young children, to introduce them to people from all sorts of different walks of life, different aspects of the community, different cultures, different experiences. And I think it's really important that people interact with each other and don't live in their own little bubbles. So events like this, I think, bring everybody together, and a really great way to celebrate the diversity of the area.
I came to Warsaw Arboretum because Johnny, the organiser, bought the flyers down to Netherton where the dance class was. And when you pick it up and when you read it and you see it, you think movement, dance, people, integrated, all coming together. The concept of it, parade and what they do, well, to me it's just tremendous. And this area is multiracial, as you know. And well, a lot of the black country now is multiracial, but everybody comes together and they enjoy the music, they enjoy the spectacle of the dancers, and I thought, well, if the sun shines, that's gonna be a lovely afternoon, and it is.
I applied to the Emerging Artist Apprenticeship Programme because although I've worked in dance schools a lot before, I found that when I was going into schools I didn't really feel prepared. So I decided to apply to try and enhance my skills and just feel more comfortable and be able to deliver quality teaching in schools as well. I think one of the biggest challenges for me was going into schools and feeling like I didn't have control over the class or feeling like I couldn't control certain elements because I was used to dance schools and I was used to the children and the environment, but in a school it's very different and you don't know what to expect. So I think that was one of the biggest things, was going in and kind of coming from a place of doubt and feeling like I didn't have control over the situation. The highlight of doing this has been seeing myself grow as an artist. It's given me a lot more confidence to consider going into more schools in the future. I think it used to be something that I avoided because I didn't feel as prepared, but now I feel like I can work more with schools as I have more of the skills and knowledge to be able to do that. Even in terms of things like reaching out to schools and making lasting relationships with those schools, that's definitely something that I will be looking into since the programme.
The way that we can authentically make sure that we are producing a diverse and accessible programme is making sure that we're talking to our audiences. And our audiences are adults, but also children and young people, and they're also workshop participants as well. So the questioning that we've been asking all of our audiences is about the diversity and inclusion about our programming, and we really want to know, is that an important aspect to them? When they're seeing somebody on stage that they can connect with and identify with, is that an important factor of the reason why they're coming to a show or a reason to return? And we're going to gather all of that evidence up, and that's going to really support us going forwards in how we programme our work in future.
The evaluation programme has really tried to identify whether we are meeting the needs of our audiences and whether we're attracting audiences by the type of show that we are programming. We hope that our evaluation will prove that.